Well, hey, Diet Disruptors, Carrie here. And for those of you that are watching this live with me, you see I am in a completely different location right now. And that's true. I am traveling. I am in Dallas, Texas right now. If you're watching me live, say hello by putting Dallas in the comments. If you're watching in replay, just put replay Dallas in the comments. I am here because actually a few different reasons. I am here to learn at an event a little bit more about clean crafted wine and clean crafted coffee. Those of you that know me know I love my wine and I love my coffee, but I also know I've learned all the garbage that is inside of the mainstream wine and coffee out there. So I've been doing tons of research and I'm at an event. I went to an event this weekend all about it. There's more information on our website about clean crafted wine, so you can go check that out at disruptivenutrition.com. But I'm also in Dallas, and where I am right now, my background, for those of you who know Coach Amanda, I am actually staying at her house. And I love when I travel for different reasons, and we have such a wide range of diet disruptors and coaches that live all over the country that inevitably somebody that we either work with or that we coach is living somewhere that I'm traveling. So I usually get to hang out with one of our either clients or coaches. And so this weekend I'm hanging out with Amanda. So if you know Coach Amanda, if you've been on calls with Coach Amanda, or she's been one of your coaches, shout her out and say hello to her. I am here today and I'm kind of going to do things a little bit differently than I normally do. So I knew I was going to be traveling and I wasn't quite sure what my schedule was going to be. So I pre-recorded a podcast with a couple that you are going to love. This couple is so inspirational. They will resonate with you wherever you are in your journey. And if you need hope, if you need strategies, if you need inspiration, then today's episode is going to be for you. So I wanted to come on and say hello, and then I'm going to be watching alongside with you. But I also wanted to tell you about something that is happening that has never, ever happened in the history of disruptive nutrition. Now, I will say when we work with our clients, we go all in. Our clients' education, I was an educator, is the most important thing to me. And when our clients learn our approach, mind, body, sustainability skills, we teach little bits over a period of time so that it really sticks. And when people ask me about our approach, or if people just, I meet or clients that I see and they just want to like pick my brain, or not clients, but followers, it's really hard to teach all of the things that we do, not because it's hard or complicated, but what we teach is simple, it's multi-layered, and it's different than anything else out there. So quick little things are always hard to do. So that's why we have an approach with our clients where we sit and really truly work with them for months at a time in like 15-minute increments. But I also know not everybody is going to be a good fit for that style. And we also cannot bring everybody on board who wants to, because we have 15 coaches, which is a lot, but because we are so hands-on, each coach only takes a certain amount of clients. So I am completely doing something different because I want time with you all. So for the first time ever, I am going to host a live workshop on February 11th. It's a Saturday. We are going to sit together, really, you and me, for 3 hours. And we're going to take some breaks, but I want you to siphon off February 11th. And I am so excited about this because when people work with me in particular, it costs quite a bit of money. My hourly rate is about $250 an hour. And when somebody brings me on to coach them personally, if it's not one of my coaches, it's thousands and thousands of dollars. And I know that that's not accessible for most people, but I also know that I have to protect my time. And so it's a reality. But that's why February 11th is so exciting to me, because we are going to be offering a live workshop at less than a pair of shoes at Target. So you will literally be live with me in a Zoom. I'm going to do a full-on workshop around the same exact stuff I teach my clients. You can ask me anything. You will learn everything. And I will follow up. I will answer questions. Literally everything is on the table. So I don't even know. We are opening the doors, I think tomorrow. I will make sure the link is in here. And we are definitely opening the doors this week, and we are only going to take a limited amount of people. So as soon as you see that email come through with the link, go and grab it. If you are excited about it, I want you to put live workshop. And if you are ready to do this with me and learn with me, and we will have our clients on there as well. We'll have people that are going to be able to answer questions all over the place. It is going to be amazing. So if you're excited about it, write live workshop, and we will make sure that you get an email. We'll talk about it all in this group. And if you aren't sure about it, listen to this episode. You are going to hear what this couple just talks about: dreams, loves, their goals, everything. And it is going to make you so excited to dig in. So again, I've never done this before. I have no idea if I'm going to do it again, because I don't know if I'm going to, I don't know. We're going to see how it is. So make sure you join in. And even if you can't go that day, sign up for it. And then there'll be an option for you to get the recording if you can't go. But I will tell you, if you can, siphon out that time, because there's going to be nothing like being able to interact in a small group with me live doing this. So let's do it. I mean, literally less than a few Starbucks coffees, less than a pair of shoes. You are in with me for everything. Literally. No holds barred. Is that how you say that? No holds barred? So anyway, I'm going to be watching this interview with you now. So I cannot wait for you to meet this couple. Literally, they're going to knock your socks off. And then I'll come back afterwards and just say goodbye to you guys. All right. Enjoy. Go watch them. Well, hey, Diet Disruptors, Carrie here, and I am beyond excited about our guests for this episode. So every once in a while, all the time, we have clients that are just super excited about what we do and what they're learning and how they're living their lives of freedom from dieting and the scale and all of that. But every once in a while, a real special person comes along that just grabs all of us coaches. And Mickey was one of them, but it wasn't just Mickey. It was with her husband, Garry. And the two of them together have just worked this approach in a way that we had to share about it. So hello, you two, this power couple.
Hi.
Hi. Good morning.
Well, we are thrilled. You are out of Nashville, Tennessee. So if there's anybody around the Nashville area, write Nashville in the comments so we know that you have a neighbor nearby that is living this approach. So I want to hear from the two of you. First of all, who heard about me and Disruptive Nutrition first, and how did you hear about us?
I saw a link on Facebook, and we just like everybody else, have been up and down with the diets and the different things that we've tried. And we just kept gaining weight. And Garry has a heart condition. So I was really, really concerned about that. And we had friends visit us in July that they've been eating a certain way. And I think it may be PFC3 now. I don't know. I have to go back and find out. But she just made a side comment. You just need to eat a protein, a fat, and a carb. And I thought, in my head, I don't even know what half of that is half the time. And so I just kind of let it go. Well, a week later, your little blurb pops up on Facebook, and I looked at it, and I thought,
isn't that crazy? The Facebook knows.
Exactly. And I listened to your one free podcast thing, and I thought, wow, this just sounds so different. And so then I made my call and talked, and I'll be honest, I was still skeptical. It's like, oh gosh, is this just one of those same old things where we're going to try this and it's not going to work? And so I talked to Garry because I really wanted him to do it, especially for his heart.
And you know what? That's really funny because, right? Like, you could justify doing it for your husband more than you.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah. Which is
like, that was your mindset. Oh, this is for him. Then I can justify
Exactly.
spending the money and the time and all of that.
Exactly. Which you have to help me change that.
Okay, good.
So I talked to him, and he said, well, yeah, let's try it. And well, then I vacillated with the price of it and all in, and I just thought, oh, and he finally just put his foot down and said, let's just do it. Let's just do it. And So
I
of course,
always say you can always make more money. You cannot make more time.
exactly.
There's no
Exactly.
time to waste.
Exactly. So we were kind of eating the same kind of food already. We just didn't, I had no idea how to put it together because I had been gluten-free for 4 or 5 years, for the most part dairy-free and for the most part sugar-free.
Mhm.
Oh, so you were eating healthy.
Wasn't. Yeah,
Yes.
we were eating clean, but I didn't know, more me than him. And I just didn't know how to put it together. And so, you know, we'd sit down and eat a whole cup of nuts. Well, yeah, well, that was good
Yeah.
nuts, but you know, so much fat now, and our diet was so carb heavy. And even though it was fairly clean carbs, although you know, I've so enjoyed eating fruit again,
right?
because someone had told me probably 10, 15 years ago, you know, fruit spikes your insulin level, which then tells your body to retain fat. So don't eat fruit ever.
Isn't it crazy how we get these little bits of information? And that's what I've been trying to do for years, is be like, okay, you know, there's a little bit of truth in all of the things, but also it's just so confusing because the things don't match together. And my whole goal was to match it all together for people.
Exactly. So Garry kind of committed to the first 30 days. So
What does that mean, Garry? You kind of committed to the first 30 days.
Well, that means that if I'm not enjoying myself and this is torture, I'm not going to move on beyond 30 days.
Good
He
point.
can continue on, but I would go back to my normal eating habits, which I was a grazer. So, and I've been a calorie counter for probably 15 years.
Really?
Yes.
And do you count calories anymore?
No, I don't, because I'm eating so much food each day and I'm losing weight. So why count the calories?
Thank you.
Counting the calories was not working for me.
Well, it's also time consuming. Like, we are all put on this earth for a purpose, and can guarantee you it wasn't to count calories.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love to cook, but I was getting to the point where I was avoiding it and just picking up quick things that I could do real fast, because I was so lost in how to fix my food and was it good for us? Was it not good for us? I'd see the scale and it just kept going up, and my clothes were getting tighter and tighter. And I just thought, oh, I don't even want to eat. And so I was basically starving myself.
Wow.
I was eating, but not anywhere near enough.
Well, the last thing we were doing was intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Thinking that was going to work.
Yeah.
Well, and I got to be honest with you, it's just like a fancy word for restricting calories.
Yeah.
True.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's almost worse in some ways, because you let your blood sugar go really low. And then when you eat a big meal, you let your blood sugar spikes really high. And then you're on that roller coaster.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the best part of this, for me, has been kind of quietly watching him, because I was watching the videos. Every now and then I'd share a little something with him, and he'd kind of look at me like, yeah, all right. And we'll see if this really works. And I hid the scale, wouldn't let him.
Yeah, she hit it on me.
How did you feel about that, Garry?
I'm one that would weigh myself out every other morning. So I didn't really like that.
And so by the end of the first month, he was like, well, you know, I feel a little better. I said, oh, babe, you've lost more than you think you have. And he's, well, I don't know. And so at the end of the month, I pulled the scale out and I said, okay, just as a little check, I'm going to let you weigh yourself. And he was
gonna let you.
You know, he was shocked. And well, then I hit it again in a different place. And so
wait, you were shocked? It was more than you thought it was going to be?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What were you thinking, and what was it?
Well, when we started, I was bouncing between 189 and 196 for last year, 2 years. And so when we started, we recorded where we were at. We had a benchmark. So I was at 193. And the first time we weighed, I think I was at 186.
80.
Awesome. And
Right.
You're eating and not counting calories.
Yes.
Fueling yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have that first month, I ate more fruit in 1 month than I probably in the last 5 years combined.
And how did you feel about that? Was there any
I'm not a-
stress or being nervous? Because I sometimes find when people restrict a lot and they have these kind of preconceived notions about food, and if food has made you feel like it's good or bad, or you feel guilty around it, sometimes that can be hard to adjust to. How was it for you?
As far as eating that volume of fruit,
Yeah.
well, when I would sit down and have a meal, she would put it in front of me, and it's like, I have to eat all of that. And it took me a while, because by the time I got to the fruit, I was already full.
Okay.
So now it's gotten much easier. I look at the fruit, I just eat it.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times he would say, I have to eat all of that. And he would just, his shoulders would just slump, or he'd say, it's time to eat again. And I said, come on, just give it a try. Give it a full shot here,
But that has changed.
Yeah,
So
that's changed.
The
Now he's
system is
telling me,
working.
oh, by the way, it's been 3 hours.
Like my stomach's now telling me, okay, I need more energy.
Yep. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, we talk about intuitive eating, but you can't possibly intuitively eat if you and your body are not speaking the same language. And so you had to reset your body so that you and your body were actually speaking, the love language of like fueling itself.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. So what are some of your kind of really big takeaways? Now you're still clients, you're still working through, I mean, you'll always be clients, right? But because you're part of our family, but you're still working through actually our daily learning. So what would you say has been kind of your biggest aha as you go through this for each of you?
I think for me, it's been the knowledge, because I was craving that. I needed that. Like I said, we thought we were doing the right thing, and yet obviously it wasn't paying off. And so the knowledge, and then I've really enjoyed month 2 and 3, just because I'm a very organized, driven person, so at first I thought, I don't need all these systems. I don't need to write down my daily planner. I already got it. Well, I learned that I still need that stuff, and that it was affecting my stress level because I was keeping it all up here.
Yeah.
Instead of writing it down. So that was a big aha moment for me.
That's great.
And,
that's great. What about you, Garry? What were some big aha moments for you?
Well, obviously after 1 month, and then especially after 2 months, it's the quantity of food that I'm eating from the minute we get up till right before we go to bed. And yet I'm losing weight, and I have more energy.
Sleeping better.
My digestive system is
oh my
better.
gosh. I've been telling him for months, you've got to go to a doctor. This is not normal. You've got to go. This is not normal. And that has, I would say, 90% cleared up.
Right.
Those are the progress points that I love, because when I say when you get to your optimal weight, when you get to your optimal health, you'll get to your optimal weight. Exactly. And so the scale is a byproduct of what we're putting into our body, the signals that we're sending it. Yeah. And our body is so amazing that it will gain weight as an effort to protect us. So I know that the weight loss is always something that we get really excited about, but I even get more excited about all of these other pieces. Yes. So I heard about a bike ride that you two went on recently. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we love to road bike, and we'll go out and ride 10, 15 miles at a time. And now that we're here in Tennessee, it's like this.
It's not flat.
It's not flat anymore.
Oh.
So it had been so hot here. I was afraid to push him with his heart condition, even though he's lost weight and everything. So finally we had a cool day. I said, can we please go for a bike ride? And he said, yeah, let's go. So we went on what we thought was going to be a little flatter trail. And it was still like this. Well, I have exercise-induced asthma, and it kicked in. So I was having trouble breathing, which then meant my muscles weren't getting the oxygen they needed. So I was struggling big time. And he would just ride up next to me, because he's always said I was his rabbit. Like at the dog track, they chase a rabbit around the track. You're my rabbit. I'm always chasing you. And he was fine. And he got up the next day. He said, I don't even feel like I went on a bike ride yesterday. He wasn't breathing heavy. He wasn't saying, can we take a break? Can we take a break? You know, and so I feel confident now that he's not carrying all this extra weight around his organs, and he can do whatever he wants, which is
How did
awesome.
that feel, Garry?
That was totally a shock to me. I didn't see that coming because, like she said, in Indiana and Florida, when we go out biking, I put her in front of me because I needed something to chase and stay close to, because when I was already getting tired, she wasn't tired at all. So it just kind of forced me to keep the same distance between the two of us. And it's always been that way until we went on this last ride, and it was like I wasn't starving for oxygen. That's what usually happens to me. And then my legs get tired, but I just fight through it. And I didn't have that problem at all. It was like usually I'm exhausted a half hour after the bike ride ends. I didn't even feel like I'd taken a bike ride.
What does this mean for the two of you, like long term? Like when you think about where you are in your life, the season that you're in your life, and what you've discovered, the way that you're living. I mean, my whole thing is that this is forever, right? That not only are you two married forever, but you're married to this approach because it's really what you and your body want, to be able to live a really, you know, just a beautiful life. So talk a little bit about what your future looks like now, and what this means for all the things that you have planned.
Well, it gives me a whole lot more hope that he's going to be around a whole lot longer. For one thing, it's been fun to share this with our kids and our grandkids. In fact, I had dinner with my daughter last week in Florida, and we went to a really, really nice restaurant, and she's like, she knew I was eating this way, and she said, okay, Mom, are you going to be able to eat anything? And I said, yeah, this is going to be my appreciation night. And she goes, well, you're damn right it's going to be. And I thought, why did she say that? She doesn't even know what an appreciation meal is. So I started telling her what an appreciation meal was, and she cracked up laughing. I said, what is so funny? She goes, I thought you were saying you're damn right. This is going to be your night to appreciate me because of all the things I do for you. And
that you brought both of them into this world.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that too.
Yeah, but I said I would never say that to you. So she knew then that this was, I could eat whatever I wanted to eat. And I still had a clean meal. And she ordered this gargantuan piece of chocolate cake, which I ate more of than I thought I would, and a red glass of wine to go with, because she knows I love
beautiful
wine. But it was just so funny to be able to, God gave me a way to share that with her.
I love that. I love that. And that you got to do it over chocolate cake and wine. How did you feel? Did you feel guilty afterwards, or did you feel like
I didn't really? I really didn't.
Good.
Because we have pretty much stuck with the 4 weeks to wellness for the most part for 3 months now.
Yeah.
We've integrated a few things here and there, but nothing on a consistent basis. And
I've started drinking coffee probably 3 or 4 times a week, and it's just 1 cup. But after I heard what you just said, because I put a little Coffee Mate in it, I put a little Splenda in it, and I'm thinking, no, I think I need to go back to where I don't drink at all.
Okay, or what we can do is, if you want your coffee, because you guys, I do my coffee every single morning because I love my 1 cup of black coffee, but we know that caffeine can cause that cortisol spike. And then when you add a little bit of that Coffee Mate and the Splenda, it just adds a little bit. But we also want you to enjoy. Remember, we always say food serves our body and food serves our soul. So finding either no-brainer swaps that will serve your body more, or you make an intentional decision, however you want to go about it. But there are some really good ones like Nut Pods. If you haven't tried Nut Pods yet, you can grab them, and they're amazing coffee creamers that you get on Amazon. And I think that's a great idea. Have a little bit of protein powder in there to make it a little creamy. Then that protein that goes in there will mitigate your cortisol spike because of the caffeine. I don't want you to feel like you can't have it, you know what I mean? But we can think through it a little bit more. And that's what I love about this lifestyle, that everything is possible.
Yeah.
All right. One other thing I want to talk about, we're talking about how much food we eat and how we kind of eat all day long, but yet one of the things that people will say to me is, I don't have time to eat like that. Like, I don't have time to eat that much, or, I'm really busy, which is why fasting a lot of people like, because they just don't eat all day.
Right.
How do you make it work in a busy lifestyle and being able to still eat all day?
During the day, it's kind of fairly routine. I mean, we get up and we have a couple different things that we like to eat for breakfast. And so we've kind of narrowed that down. Quick things. Well, there's one thing he loves to have. It's the, oh shoot, I forget what it's called. No, it's a turkey black bean bowl or something like that with rice cauliflower.
Yeah.
And so I make a big batch of that, and we just eat off of that for breakfast in the mornings.
Oh, I love it.
Real quick, stick it in the microwave, and we're out the door. And then our shake, and then we usually I will shred chicken in the crock pot once a week, and we'll make chicken salad out of it, or a clean chicken salad, or we'll make buffalo chicken salad or something like that, and either eat it with avocado or in a wrap or with an apple, or we have other things that we can grab and put with it. And then whatever we pick out our meals then for the evenings. And I've loved, that's another thing I've loved about this program, is the fact that it's taught me how to meal plan. I've never done that. I was always one of those, well, I go to the grocery store, well, maybe we'll have this week. Well, maybe we'll have that this week. And I'd buy all this stuff. And by the end of the week, half of it we haven't used and it's gone bad and I'm throwing it out.
Exactly. We actually save money when we're intentional about stuff.
Oh my gosh, we have saved.
Yeah, we don't throw anything away.
No, we don't throw anything away now.
Yep.
And I'm spending less at the grocery store.
Yep.
Than I was before, even though we're eating more food, which makes no sense. But
I mean, think about it. That intentionality, all of this layers in together so you can do it forever.
That has been amazing. I've always wanted to do that, and I just didn't know how.
Awesome. Oh, I love that. And so, and then, I mean, that's what I say too. Like, by having grab and goes, by having a shake or a protein bar, and then having recipes that you can make a bunch of, it is so easy. It doesn't matter what career you have or how busy you are, you can do that. What's one of your favorite recipes that you guys like to do for dinner?
I'd say probably jambalaya.
Nice.
The buffalo chicken and wrap.
Right.
Yeah. Have you guys done the sweet and sour chicken yet?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
We're talking about our recipe vault in there, and we open it up a couple of times a year for the public to be able to come in and just do the recipes, which I just think is amazing.
Yes.
But I mean, I live off of those. I open up my app every Sunday and plan out what I'm going to do and have my grocery list for that.
Yeah. And we did try the little apple meatloaf.
Oh yeah. I made those the other day.
Yes, you had those a few weeks ago, or I think because you were showing your exchange student eating them. Those were really good too. Yeah, everything's good.
I love it. I love it.
Like I said, I had all the ingredients here in the house. I just didn't know how to use them. It said nutritional yeast. I thought, well, who has nutritional yeast in their cupboard? I had it. I had no idea how to use it. I don't know what I bought it for, but
you heard about it somewhere from somebody and something that said it was good. So you're like, I gotta buy it. But it was like hearing about all the different nutritional approaches and diets and not being able to put all the puzzle pieces together. So I love that. And my big thing, and tell me if like, I haven't asked you this before, so I don't know the answer, but I'm going to guess, or my theory, I hope, is proven. My whole goal with the way that we approach this is called what I call the gradual release of responsibility. So when you start, you don't know that much, and you use me and your coaches as experts. But as you go through, the gradual release of responsibility goes from us as the experts to you as the experts, so much so that I believe everybody that comes through could actually teach it to somebody that they love. Do you feel that that is true for yourself? And when did you feel like you could have started actually teaching?
I'd say probably by the end of month 2.
Awesome.
I don't know how many people have already asked us, oh, how'd you lose weight? And I start telling myself it's more than losing weight, blah, 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 blah. And so I go through the whole thing and tell them all about it. But yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking forward to, now that my month 3 is over, is going back and re-listening to the videos from the first month. Because I think they only about half sunk in because I was so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And plus being a 1 on the Enneagram, I was, Michelle will tell you, I was picking these recipes to pieces. Well, this isn't 20 grams. And she said, it doesn't have to be precise. It just has to be right,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Well, your coach is very similar in that way. But my guess is talk a little bit about being supported by a coach and having that.
Well, that's one thing that sold me on this program, because I didn't want something where I was going to be out there all alone, trying something new yet again, and not really feeling like I knew what the heck I was doing. And just knowing that I was going to have a coach that I could talk to every day if need be.
Yep.
And the text messages I would get from Michelle, and Michelle's case, amazing. So yeah, that was the big, that was.
And it's not just sort of some virtual coach in the background,
real person. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like you become friends with your coach.
You do. Yeah.
She really cares about you. And I hear updates all the time. So I love that. Love that.
And,
well,
and
you
just
guys,
our coaching calls and everything were just fabulous. Love them.
Oh, I love that you're there and that you're tuning in. And Garry, I think you tune into some of that too. Am I right?
Yes, I do. Now I'm to a point, if I'm walking by the room, I recognize your voice.
It's like you know me now. Well, I love that you didn't just have to muscle through your 30 days and that you're still going strong and now even listening in and participating in the learning. So, I mean, you guys just saved each other's lives and as a result can save other people's lives. And that's what this is all about. It's a movement when you know you can do, and then you have to share. And that's one of the reasons I wanted you to come on today too, because you have a story to tell, you're inspiring, and I know it's going to help so many other people. Thank you.
It's actually been fun. It's actually been fun for us to do it together.
I love it when couples do it together. I really do. My husband and I always, if we do another reset, like another 4 weeks to wellness, we always do it together. It's so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's now starting to look at labels. He's asking me questions about carbs versus, fat versus protein, and how do I figure this out? I mean, he's getting it.
And I love it because at the beginning you were like, I don't even know what protein, fats, and carbs are. And now it's like, y'all could teach it.
Exactly.
So great. So great. Well, thank you both so much for coming on. You're amazing and inspiring. So I would love for people to put in the comments something that you're taking away from this power couple and what has inspired you about their story. Thank you all so much. I was telling you earlier that my daughter got accepted to school in Nashville. So maybe when we go out to visit, we can get together.
That would be
in person.
Cool to connect.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
I would love that. I would love that. All right, you all. Thank you so much. See you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Carrie.
Did I tell you that they were awesome or what? I love being able to watch this back again because they were so inspiring on the day that I interviewed them, and it all just came rushing back to me here. So everything that they learned together as a couple and the life transformation that they had, I am going to share on the 11th on Saturday in a live workshop. So look for that this week. And we will keep it open until maybe a day or two before the workshop, but we will close it as soon as we reached our cap, our maximum. So I encourage you right now to mark it in your calendar for February 11th. And then we will send you all of the information. I think it's going out tomorrow. My team knows better than I do, but be on the lookout for it and let me know if you're excited. Tell me in the comments what you took away from the interview too. I'm excited about all of this, and I will see you on the 11th. Bye.